Hey loves, it's me, Love Jones. I am back with another one. Hmm. I was gonna ask, have y'all ever finished eating one thing and immediately picked up a snack? And then it dawned on me before I said anything. Yeah, it's called dessert. A lot of people eat it right after they finish their food. It's my dessert, I guess. Hey, so all of a sudden it just dawned on me something that I completely forgot about. My daughter's daddy, and it's been some years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I remember talking to him, and he mentioned something about his sister. His sister, if I'm not mistaken, it was his sister. Could have said an auntie or something. Somebody, it was a female in his family. He mentioned something about her signing over a house to me. He said it was left to me and him. That's what kind of threw me off. It was like right in the midst of a whole lot of other stuff going on. I think my daughter may have been acting out at the time, and that's why I was talking to him. And it was like he just all of a sudden just threw that out there in the middle of a conversation that didn't have anything to do with that. Somebody in his family left a house to me and him. He's a liar. He's a liar. You can't believe everything he said. But the fact that it was just thrown out there like that in the middle of a conversation, and I'm so used to him telling lies, I just kind of never minded. I just continued to say whatever it was that I was saying. And I never really mentioned it again. And then it dawned on me one day a few years ago, and I asked my daughter, has she talked to him? Because the next time I talked to him, I wanted to ask him about what that was that he was talking about. What house was he talking about? But it's so funny. I've never talked to him since then. I have never talked to him since then. And it's been years ago. And I don't know if my daughter has talked to him or not, but it's so funny now that I want to ask, now that I'm interested in hearing what he was talking about. I have no way to get in contact with him. But why would you just say that out the blue? The conversation that didn't have nothing to do with that, and you just throw it out there. And I'm just kind of looking like, did you like? Are you not hearing what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Because honestly, I felt like it was a lie. But what would make you tell a lie like that? Just a random. lie like that nobody asked for, just throw it out there in the middle of a conversation. So later on, when I'm thinking about it, it's like maybe it wasn't a lie. Hell, maybe he never brought it up again because maybe it's something his family tried to take over. Like, why would you just automatically say somebody left the house for me and him? For one, me and him haven't been together in God knows how long. So why would it be for me and him? I don't know. I still don't know. I still don't know. And so, just sitting here as I'm eating, just a random thought that just came across my mind. Because I really forgot about it. I hadn't thought about it in years. And so now I need to go on a search and figure out, was there really a house? And if there was a house, what did he do with it? There's resources out there to help you talk about these things. We all do respect, with all due respect. I'm your only viewer. There's professionals who can actually help free of charge. With all due respect, Jonathan, the prey that you're talking about is spelt with an A, not an E. And this is my page. Typically, people make pages to discuss whatever it is that they want to. And so, if you have a problem with what it is I'm saying, you are free to be one less viewer. It can be zero for all I care. As a matter of fact, when you start off, that's how a lot of people start off, with 0 viewers. And they normally come along as you go. And so, whatever I'm saying right now, somebody's going to click on and listen to later, because that's how this works, just in case you didn't know that. So, yeah. Anyway, like always, what I say is, look, I just looked down at the card trying to get a reaction. Somebody wants some attention and can't even spell pray right. I'm talking about two different prays. There's predator and prey, like the one you spell down there. And then there's pray, like I'm going to pray for you, like the holy pray, like praying to God, and it's spelled with the A. Could be somebody in the military trying to get some attention. I have military family members. Hmm. My little brother is one of them that I always tell y'all watches me like a hawk. Like a hawk. And so I don't know if he got fake pages on here where he would do that, but I know spiritually wise, he can definitely do that. And so I don't know who this is. Jonathan, are you a real page or a fake page? And if you a real person, why would you come on somebody else's page to say something smart? Why are you concerned about what's being said? And somebody always come on here and ask, am I okay? I think the bigger question is, are y'all okay sometimes? Because you come to my page and you try to say smart things, I guess in an attempt to get a reaction. But this is much of a reaction as you're going to get. just talking about how petty family members can be, how petty people can be in general. And I know there's a lot of ignorant, petty people that be on my page sometimes. Sometimes I respond, and sometimes I don't. But I thought that was worth a response, if only to tell you that you spread the wrong prey. Anyway, let's get into this reading, y'all. See what we have right here. See what we have going on right here. Collaborated with family members. Somebody collaborated with somebody's family here. Something you're trying to keep a secret. It's going to spill out into the open. Take that shit to trial, which is where it probably will be taken. So I don't know who collaborated with the family members here. Somebody's bitter, and they've committed some type of identity theft with somebody's family here. I see pretending to like you. Butterflies are transformation. And right behind it, it says America's Family Insurance. And so, with something left here, look, I just cut the deck. On avarice, having or showing an extreme greed for wealth and material gain here. Galactic could be some type of stars. On the last reading, I said something about could be some type of celebrity here who collaborated with family member. But nonetheless, you have family here working with some people that collaborated to steal something from you, to commit some type of identity theft. May have had something to do with insurance that was left to you. And so, I don't know, somebody could have some type of insurance policy out on you. For me, no one should have an insurance policy out on me. You know, it's funny, I tried to put one on my adult children at one point. I never did, but as I called and I was thinking about it, I was getting all the information. I know that the person who you putting it on has to sign for it, and I haven't signed for anything, and so no one should have any type of insurance policies out on me. Now, if someone here did something when maybe I wasn't of age, that could be another thing here. But somebody here collaborated with your family members, and they've stolen something, committed some type of identity theft. This bitter person here. And whoever it is, you're probably going to be seeing them in court soon. I would press charges on this person. I would want them to go to jail. Because the truth is, they wanted to see you without whoever these people are. It says steal an inheritance here. And so you got inheritance. And you have America's Family Insurance right here. And so there could have definitely been some type of insurance money here. Some type of life insurance. Maybe even some type of home here. A car here. Something that was supposed to come to you. And someone collaborated with your family members here to steal it from you. They committed some type of fraud. They signed for something here that they wasn't supposed to sign for. They stole it. Some people helped your family to steal something that was yours. Prestigious people here helped your family steal something that was yours. It says building alliances for power. So again, if these are some type of celebrities, then you know they already got a team of people with them. If these are some type of government people, you know they already have a team of people with them. And so All they had to do was convince whoever this person is to be on their team, and now all of a sudden they have all their followers believing whatever it is they've said and doing whatever it is they need to do in order to participate in this. And so it may be a case to where you have a whole city of people doing things towards you, watching you in some type of way in order to help these people get away with this fraud that they've committed. And so everybody participating in it should have their day in court, their day in jail, but at least their day in court to explain why they chose to participate in whatever it is that they're participating in to help steal from somebody here. Partnership. This is what they did. They joined together here because the more the merrier, right? The more people you get to say something, the easier it is to tell lies and spread rumors. These people could have a nonprofit here. Whoever did this could own some type of nonprofit or work for some type of nonprofit here. Yeah. It says they were pretending to like you. That's what I seen. And so you got people pretending to like you so that they can steal what's yours. You know, it's not about the money. What is it about, right? That was T.I.'s song. It ain't about the money here. Endings. Something's coming to an end here. I see dissociative disorder. People just kind of checking out. That could happen, you know, if you've done something. If you've been involved in something that's traumatizing, and I can imagine if you you're going to jail when it comes down to something that can be traumatizing, especially if you've never seen yourself going to jail, or maybe you've already been to jail and didn't see yourself going again. Maybe this is something you were for sure you can get away with because of who you know and what you know. But the way God works, you can't work against God. And so there could very well be some endings here. Somebody with this nonprofit who trying to get people on their side. I advise y'all to not join the team of the people who are liars and thieves here. Because you know what? When all the shit hits the fan, you're going to be considered as a liar and a thief too, whoever you are. And so I would advise you to not join this team of people here that's doing this. Yeah. Says they were paid to do it. I hope they got paid enough. Evidently, it was good enough money to sacrifice their freedom. If nothing else, sacrifice their own money. You know, it was T.I. who I watched one time. He was doing some interview, and I remember in the interview he said something like, sometimes you have to pay more. Like he's been in situations where he tried to get out. He tried to get out of things, paying as little as possible, and that doesn't go the way you think it's going to go all the time. And so sometimes you end up having to pay more. And so I can't imagine if this was the case here. Somebody thought they were going to steal something and get a little bit of money, but instead they wind up paying a whole lot more out than what they actually stole. And forbid these are people with some type of status, because they got a whole lot more money you can take. So at the end of the day, God has a weird way of teaching people lessons, you know, especially when you pride yourself off your money. And imagine you want it to look a certain way. And that's what people look at you as, the money that you have. Imagine you having to give away half of it because of what you chose to do, who you chose to work with here. Got people stalking. Again, they were paid to do it. Somebody could own a private plane here. So, yeah, may take a little time, but at the end of the day, the truth is gonna come out of here, and that just may be the case. You just have to pay out more. You know, sometimes God will allow you to do whatever it is that you do and win in all the ways that you can win, knowing that you stole something or you participated in helping somebody steal something. You know, sometimes they'll allow you to win big, do a lot of things that's going to bring a lot of money because you know that that lot of money is going to go to the person he wanted to go to. Someone that's always been on the side of good here. Somebody who they were initially trying to give something, who he was initially trying to reward here. But since y'all took it, I'm gonna let y'all make all the money and then I'm gonna have you give it to her real easy. And so what you think you're winning or have won in the process, you are actually going to lose. Imagine that. That's a weird way of teaching people lessons here. And I see politics and loyalty. So somebody here, again, you know, sometimes it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And when you're dealing with people with statuses, they could be well connected to people in politics here. And so certain things can be swept under the rug that shouldn't be swept under the rug because of who these people are connected to. Somebody jealous here. Somebody did something that was smart, but it wasn't wise here. Yeah, and now they buying candles overseas, trying to do some type of dark magic over the situation so it won't come out because they paranoid about it. No, when you've taken the time to do it, you can't be that paranoid about it. As you know, like I know, sometimes, y'all ever heard the saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall? That's what happens sometimes. God will let you get way up here, and think you bigger than life itself, thinking that your status is gonna hold you down, thinking you got enough money to just pay everybody to be on your side, thinking you have enough clout to where people gonna do anything just to be on your team. Boy, some people out there actually do their job. Imagine that. You got a bunch of clout chasing people around you who avoid doing their job because you pay them to just sweep things under the table. And then here you go running into somebody that actually does their job. They actually do it. And you can't pay them enough. You can't pay them at all to not do the job because they're going to do it. And after doing the job, they see what's going on. So yeah, I don't know here. I see new home stability here. Coming in for somebody here. Yeah, low key. Politics don't want to let go here. Somebody could be connected to someone here who is, if they are not politicians themselves, they are connected to someone here. So this could be anybody. These could be police officers. These could be like children of people who are in high places, like DAs. Like I always say DA because one of my cards says DA. Like DAs, like mayors, like governors, some people who are in control of a lot of stuff here. Lawyers may have some type of access to certain people like this, and these people don't want to let go. I see a Capricorn here. Somebody don't want to let go of something here, a situation here. A new life, make him wait. So I don't know. Capricorn could be coming in when it comes down to something. Somebody could be definitely be in the entertainment industry here. Yeah. Psalms 55. 5 is changes, but this says deliverance from the city of people you know that come against you or betray you. Oppression. Psalms 56 says protection from oppression and death here. This is what you have, a city of people working together to oppress somebody, working together to get one person here to knock one person off their path here because this person has a calling over their life. This person has they have the divine's promise for some things if they can accomplish whatever it is that they are put here to do. And it's really not more so of if, it's when, because when you have God on your side, it's no man can come against you. It's like fighting against God himself. A lot of people don't believe in God. They believe they are gods because they know how to do all of this magic. Um, Not because they've done the right things and been crowned or will soon be crowned by the creator to be a god, but because they know magic and they know how to manipulate certain things. And so they feel like they have control over everything. And so they call themselves God. And they feel like they are God because they have the ability to do certain things. I kind of feel sorry for people like that. I feel sorry for people, like that. See air signs right here, LGBTQ, child protective services here. It says it's war. Somebody won't let go here. They see you as a threat. They won't let go of something that is they holding on to here. Somebody in the entertainment industry has helped somebody's family steal something. What it come down to. They've helped somebody with the family steal something here. And they use their connections in order to help do that too. And so this may not just be a case where you have just regular entertainment industry people stealing from someone here, helping a family steal from someone here. This could be a case where somebody used their connections to lawyers, to judges, to again, to DAs, to whoever it is that they know, mayors and governors in the office in order to help steal something or withhold something from somebody here. It's a case where somebody's jealousy has gotten the best of them. It's a case where being money hungry has gotten the best of somebody here. And they were willing to ruin what it is that they work for in order to ruin what it is that you are about to get here. And somebody got receipts. Somebody has receipts. I just seen that. Well, yeah, this has been off balance. And you know why it's been off balance? Because these people in this entertainment industry has been using people in your community, getting people around you to go against you. And may even be again people in higher places. That last reading I did, it said there was corruption here. And so that's what I'm getting right here. There's corruption. And that's why things are off balance. Because these people are using who they know to come up against one person here. And they've been putting everything on the line to help these people here. These clout chasing people here. I see a scientist here be discovering something new. Your employers could have been in on it. So this may have been a case where somebody, some type of industry people came in. Yeah, somebody got receipts too. I see got receipts and trying to clean it up. This could be the case where some type of industry people came in and said something that had to do with you to your employers, and they could have gotten you fired. It's so funny because I actually know people who are connected to my job that I got fired from. Um, People who I, you know, jealous people, envious people. People have slowly came from me in only ways that I could see. And the people who, other people who can see, I'm sure they seen. But for people who don't see, then you probably don't believe certain things would even happen. You don't think certain people would even be bothered coming from somebody here. You think people will be too busy doing what it is that they do. That one of the pastors that I listen to sometimes, he said, sometimes you have a calling over your life that's so big, you be wondering why people that have way more than you are jealous of you, are envious of you. Libra right here. But it's because of the calling over your life. And so I know a celebrity couple. It's so funny because sometimes when I see that Americans Family Insurance, I always think about popular people in the industry, their whole entire family, the industry family, You'll have people in families, one person be a person in the industry, and the rest of them really won't be. But you'll have people whose whole family are part of the industry here. So nonetheless, anyway, I actually know some people who have access to the job that I used to have. And it's so funny because at that time, they would do little shady things. One of them in particular, the woman half of them, would do little things to get my attention, to almost let me know that she was watching me. But it's not like I'm watching you for a good thing. It's like it's out of jealousy, out of envy here. And so she would do things like I would think of stuff and she would turn around and do it in a post. It just so happened it'll come across my page. I think about places, she'd turn around and do it again. My thoughts are being played out here. I will post stuff sometimes and she'd turn around and post the same or something very similar. Maybe using the same music or something. But, I would notice things like that. And I know it's not something the average person would notice. And when you play these spiritual games like this, that's the whole point intended. The average person won't look at it and notice. And so yeah, I know of people, industry people, who had access to my job. Who also have access to very high people like mayors, governors, judges. They also have access to them. And I noticed that they were jealous of me for nothing, for no reason. Just because I am who I am. I don't know. Maybe I was getting the attention of a person. And so when I see your employers were in on it here, and entertainment people here, so that's what that make me think of, because I know they had access. They had access because they do business with people there. And I remember one day in particular, I had noticed this corporate account, so to speak. I've dealt with a lot of corporate accounts over time, many corporate accounts actually, and it did not give them certain access. Like while I was living there, while I was living and working there, the whole time from the time I was hired, and I really don't know when they changed all of a sudden. They would not give anybody 24-hour access. I was told I was supposed to be, me being the person who lived on site, was supposed to be the only one who had 24-hour access. Not even the management was allowed to have 24-hour access. And when I say management, I was a manager, but I mean upper management. Um, like corporate level management could not even have 24-hour access to that property, only during certain hours. And I noticed that all of a sudden there was some corporate account that was given 24-hour access to my property. And I noticed a lot of other weird stuff taking place over there on my property. And so I don't know, you know, I can't just say for sure it was the people who I know had connections to them, but something was going on there. And considering one of the other half of this, the couple, would do little things to comfort me, and then all of a sudden I would lose my job. You know, I keep seeing clout chasing, and I really feel like that's what was going on. There was a lot of clout chasing going on there. Because again, they shouldn't have even had the ability to do certain things. Not only did they have 24-hour access to a property they shouldn't have never had 24-hour access to. Um, for the longest, it was nothing even inside the space, and so the space was just there, y'all, empty, with them having 24-hour access to be able to come back and forth. Nothing was in the unit. Not only that, but you couldn't pick up the phone and call anybody. Now, with all my other corporate accounts, you were always able to gain access to somebody. There was someone always over the account that you contacted. It may have not been the owner of whatever was being done. It may not have been the business owner, but there was someone in charge that you can contact regarding certain things when it came down to it. This account had zero contact information on there. Zero. You could not contact anybody. They didn't have an email. They didn't have an address. They didn't have a phone number to anybody to contact. Nothing at all. Out of the 11 years I've been there, that has never happened. Like I said, I dealt with many corporate accounts who did not have 24-hour access, and if you needed to contact them, you had a way to contact them. If nothing else, you had a way to contact the person they put in charge to let them know, because anything could have happened. If something was actually in the unit, imagine the unit would have been broken into or something. There was nobody for you to contact. It's like you had to go through upper management who shouldn't have had nothing to do with it. You had to go through them to even be able to contact somebody when it came down to this account. And so yeah, it's really giving me clout chasing here. And I always question whether or not it was those particular celebrities that I know, who also did business with them. I always question whether it was them or not, especially because I had one of them kind of coming for me, and it's kind of like, okay, if she go out the way to do certain things and they have access to where I live, it's no wonder I have all these weird things going on over here on this property. It's no wonder people are acting the way they act, and it's no wonder I'm being retaliated against. It's no wonder all these different things are happening because you got clout chasing people here. Instead of doing their job, they're trying to make these entertainment industry people comfortable. And so there could have been that definitely could have been something that was going on where at my job, at my own job. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It matters, because you lost a job and there's no telling why. You know, yeah, I can go back and say a whole lot of other things, but the fact that I've told y'all so much about the whole situation, you know, if y'all my regular listeners, probably, like, I'm sure you know what I've said about that whole situation there. But yeah, I know for sure there were certain people in the industry who had dealings with the corporate people or upper management who also have certain attachments to people on this level of things here. And so I can imagine that everybody would come together to try to sabotage me here, to keep me from receiving whatever it is that I'm supposed to have, um, to try to tear me down in a slick kind of way. But because they have access to these people in higher positions, because you have clout chasing management that don't do their job, they just, want to kiss the ass of the people who they feel like are these celebrities. They just regular people too. Lawsuit right here. Like, because that's probably what you have here. It says hacked, social media, bank accounts, phone, things like this being hacked. Could have very well look, business owner. And so this person, some type of management or business owner, could have helped to invade your privacy, to hack your stuff, to have other people. They could have paid to have other people hack into certain things. They have 24-hour access to a property they're not supposed to have 24-hour access to. And so they can give other people this access here. And they may have very well been paid to just do what it was. I keep saying copycat, and that's exactly what I feel like this person is. Because at least one of them, that's what she used to do. That's exactly what she used to do. And I tell you, things I would think she would act out and then post it on her page as if to say, I dare you say something. But here's the thing, that shit don't scare me. I say something. I say something. I say something. Um, yeah. I can imagine though people who not used to it. I can imagine that would scare some people, knowing that people know everything you think, everything you do. And it's so funny because I used to go to the bank, y'all, and these people at the bank, they like, why does every time I go somewhere, the staff slowly change and where I'm going? It's like when I go there, there will be a certain staff when I'm normally going in there. But now all of a sudden that this weird stuff has started happening. I'm going to the banks and I'm going for my job, but I'm noticing the staff is starting to change in the banks. And these people, these new people coming in, they have this attitude already of wanting to comfort me, wanting to say something to me. I'm like, why are they already nasty? They don't even know me. And it just makes sense that people were being placed in certain situations, because you're just all around being watched, y'all. Although his hatred is concealed in deceit, his evil would be exposed in the congregation here. And I got civil rights right here. And so, yeah, it's no telling who all was working together I could just cut the deck again on politics. It's no telling who all was working together to sabotage me. And it's no coincidence that all these little things, these little petty things that caused me to have to spend my money that I had saved. I had almost $20,000 in an account that I was saving to buy me a house. And it's no coincidence that all these little petty things started to happen, and that was costing me money here, costing me money there. And finally, when I got to a point where I had nothing else, is when they fired me. Especially after watching everybody be placed inside of the banks. And so I'm knowing they have access. We already seen hack. I'm knowing they have access to my bank accounts, to my phone here. And I can tell you, I would just so happen to be in somewhere. And I used to have two phones at the time. Just so happened to be in somewhere, a fight broke out. I stood up, dropped one of my phones, didn't see it again for another week later. And that's all I could think about is what did they do with my phone? What did they do with my phone? That's all I could think about. And so when I got it back, I was like, yeah, do I even really want to use this phone again? Like, do I really want it back? Because I don't know what they did with it. And that's what I was feeling like. They could have hacked in my phone and did anything during that time they had it. You know, you clean your restaurant, it don't take a week to find a phone. You know, that would have been found the same night. Now it probably would have taken a week to do something else if you were gonna do something else. Yeah, I was contacted like a week later, like, yeah, we got your phone. Yeah. And believe all this stuff is connected, y'all. I ain't saying any names or any people in particular right now, but I can tell you all of this stuff is connected. Everything is connected. And so for me to look at it as if it has no connections, I would be a fool because it's absolutely connected here. So yeah, uh, chaos, confusion, magic. That's what I started to. That's what I was kind of thinking. That's what people were doing. That's why stuff will break out right there with you. And you be like, okay, everything was going good. Why is this an issue all of a sudden? And every time I went in there, it was kind of an issue. Something crazy would be going on. If it wasn't just me, the very first time, noticing that certain people would talk about stuff on stage that had to do with exactly me down to a T. It was the first day. Second time I went in there was a situation that broke out. They had to take somebody out. Third time I went in there, situation broke out. It was right there by me, right there, like the next person sitting over to me. Just so happened I got up to get out the way, and I forgot my phone was one of my phones was sitting in my lap. And as quick as it fell and hit the ground, I could not find it. When it was all over, I looked and looked all around. I didn't see it anywhere. And I thought that was the weirdest thing because I'm like, even if somebody kicked it across the room, I walked all over, I should be able to see it somewhere. But yeah, I get a call like a week later and they're like, you got your phone. And all I could think of is what the hell y'all do to it? What'd you do to it? Because they ain't crazy. I read energy very well. At a certain point, I would get a whole lot more stuff than what I get now. No, I said when I first started off doing these cards, I didn't actually need the cards. And I still really don't need them now because I still get messages in a certain way. But man, was I getting messages then. I would get visions and everything then. Over time, they've done certain things to try to stop that. And it's worked to a certain extent. But they can't cut my connections off, so it only works so much. I don't have the visions that I used to have at the beginning. But I'm still able to get messages though. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right now. I'm gonna come back in a minute.